Why, hello there. Greetings, and welcome back to a small Let's Play of a game called Captain Saiban, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I'm Emily, the Sparkleborn Princess.
This is Ruudo.
Let's catch some criminals.
The court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. There she is, looking all serene and beautiful. And angelic. With the random butterflies. But what's with this stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
Supernatural stuff. She's a witch. Burn her. I can't believe you actually said that. Even Payne is looking kind of at lost for words for a moment. Oh, now then, witness. Could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. Getting violent. I believe it's assault.
No, that would be battery.
What's the difference legally?
Well, assault is basically touching someone. Battery is actually beating them.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Double standards here, I suppose. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior at literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine.
But aren't you his honor? Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Nice, Mia.
References.
Sir. Is there something I can help you with?
Let's go on and see whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it. But aren't you here as an eyewitness?
Apparently.
Yes, I can see why you'd say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, alright? It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
Alright, let's see what you got cooking for us right now. I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then, suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. Well, if that's the case, then how... Yeah, but more importantly, Payne said that she's a decisive eyewitness. So why is she not testifying against him? I mean, if Payne says that, that must mean they prepared a testimony for her to do just that.
Based on how Payne's acting, I don't think he's prepped her.
I suppose. Oh.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Well, there you go. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But I would never... Oh, that's a ploy. That's more than enough. Witness, I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. Ominous. Very ominous. What's this? So, you two are acquainted? Yes. We met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fay, the floor is all yours.
That's a little bit creepy. It's good to see you again, Madam Fay. I should madam now. Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. Girly. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Also, didn't you just say that you studied to be a lawyer? Okay.
Let's see. Phoenix said that he's doing law on the side.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's because I thought that the reason why he abandoned his arts major and went into law was because of this case.
Yep.
Primarily, I mean, I know this whole incident back. I know this whole incident back when he was a kid, where he was falsely accused of something that he didn't commit, and that fueled his passion to defend others. But I thought this was the big thing that changed it. I guess maybe not. Oh.
Yep. I mean, like in the last episode, he did say that he was doing law on the side.
Yeah, I did.
But
So I guess
like
he was
that
just kind of testing it out, testing the waters, so to speak. Oh. Well, I'm the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry. What's that? I've never heard of senryu.
I think it's 1,000 something. Hold on.
Sounds like it. Also, I'm wondering what her major was in.
Okay, it means human haiku.
Human
So it's
haiku.
basically just haikus.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see if you can deliver. Let's see if you can deliver, girl.
Oh, wonderful! Is that humorous yet satirical style of haiku? Yes?
Oh, he knows. Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. Okay, nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. Yeah, 575. Nice.
Yep.
That's supposed to be poetry? That's more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I had to walk through the back area. That back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation?
There is no back door.
Gosh darn it. I'm having a blast with this dialogue.
Teleportation.
I don't know why I found that line so funny. Just because just kind of done with everything right now.
Yep.
Oh well. So who is this doggy person?
Dougie.
Doggy person. Oh, I'm sorry. Dog Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Doggy, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? Trying to keep the accents separate. Oh. How can you be so mean?
We're experiencing lag, Captain.
I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. Yeah, you got kind of that very refined look, but we know that's BS, so take that whatever the heck you deem appropriate. This is right, Miss Faye. So rude.
It's lagging so badly for me.
Don't try to win us down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here? Here. Hello.
Please go on. What did you see next?
You might want to reset the network because it's kind of yeah.
Okay, hold on. That better?
Yes.
Cool. Good, our wobbling collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Doggy. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Well, we should show a contradiction, shouldn't we? If we have...
Let's see.
We know it's contradictory, and... Colcorex, probably?
Okay. Just show contradiction.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do it. Oh well, we'll do it next time. Suppose this statement works in our favour for now. I'll hold off from looking into it any deeper until it's necessary.
Very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony.
Oh, that's when Furnace noticed I was there. Let's just go through her testimony first as well. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me. You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Well, that's attention for you. Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're very fond of their drugs.
Not a nice way to put it.
No, please try to stay on topic. So, to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do. But in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on. Somehow. The students knew what was going on? Going on? But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like it's gonna get any more info about... I'm gonna get any more info about the students. So the students called the police? Yes. I was so panicked.
Oh, yes. Well, I would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction of this one. Okay, now this. I haven't planned.
Okay, yeah, it's freaking the crowd out by the way. It was like lagging a lot.
Okay, so still do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Doing a... Yeah. But you can see stuff, right? Feeble eyes are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. Is it still lagging, you said?
A little bit. Right now it's not.
Okay. Feeble eyes not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never...
Objection! Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness.
I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. Interesting way to put it. That is, she's not supporting... please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne.
Okay, this is funny.
the defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Fry did in fact push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. That's the trap. Also, this would be a mistrial technically. Probably. So, not great.
Nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Doggy. He didn't. How? He saw her, so... You didn't see it? You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Doggy fell to the ground. Oh, okay.
And at the time,
It
was only-
Okay. Well, at least it's no one important.
And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow.
Yes, that's right. Well, it didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear any noise either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. What?
Let's see. I thought they were having a nice friendly conversation. Wait, what?
Indeed. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh. I like his out of that. Mr. Judge.
She is so charismatic, it hurts.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
She's so charismatic and hurts. That's a good one.
Oh wait, no, right, we already went to that.
Alright, so let's go back because we still have to contradict. We have
Yeah, we do.
something to contradict now.
Yeah, we do. We do. I was just, I wasn't reading that sentence closely and thought it was part of the New Testament. It wasn't. And it clearly wasn't. I'm planning to go back to Phoenix because they were talking behind the building. I actually didn't see Mum to push Doggy, and that we didn't hear any noise either. But how about, not that. Not that.
No.
Umbrella?
No. Right?
The Cloaker X?
It's something there. Just figured out.
The Killer X found its way out of Phoenix's pocket, probably, and then into his hands.
But yeah, I think it's more in reference to the noise.
Yeah, I noticed a reference to noise. But what proves the noise is the thing.
Look at the testimony.
It didn't look like they were fighting, but it didn't.
Not that testimony. Someone else's testimony.
Someone else's testimony. Oh, wait, Phoenix's testimony. The victim fell on top of his umbrella. It was a loud sound. Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
You don't read the stuff, do you?
That's because it's been a while. I don't remember all the evidence.
You just scrolled past it like maybe 5 times.
That's because I didn't think it would be a piece of testimony. That's the only reason. You say you didn't hear any noise. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. And all the butterflies perched everywhere. That's nice, but I find it just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noises wasn't all that memorable.
But, but according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. I had to read that twice. May I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
Have you never heard of that thing? That little thing that sends music into your brain? Oh, the rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet, so the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. How adorable.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, you're weighing the contradictions in your testimony after all.
I guess? Not really.
Wait a sec, Mia. The testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. There was lightning.
Yep.
But I'm curious what the other things say, so...
Oh, we're gonna go to Blue Purple, aren't we?
Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness' testimony.
What do you mean?
What is his problem?
It's obvious. The problem is that the witness claims to have not heard the snap.
Are you deaf? Do you pay attention to the testimony? She says you didn't hear it because she was listening to music with her headphones.
Miss P, I'm surprised you're going to see that before I am.
I'm not that bad, I think.
Well, the testimony we've heard seems to be very decisive. The only one that could have killed the victim was the defendant. Mr. Phoenix
No, please. I don't meant to incriminate him. This is bad, Mia. If you don't do something, we're going to lose this. Okay, let's just go back to that. She was listening to music.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness' testimony.
What do you mean?
What is it?
It's obvious. The problem is that she claims to have been listening to music. Okay, well, she explained she was listening to music. Okay. That's boring. Oh. There was lightning. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness' testimony.
What do you mean?
Did you notice? She said there was lightning. Correct?
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
No, not for his ancestors, Miss P.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
Oh! I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy, anyway? Nice. This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered, but that was very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt. Stray bolt. There you go.
It appears that the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
More specifically, a freak accident. Alright, you did, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty verdict just now. Okay, I didn't read it because objection.
I'm heard that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at the location,
Which means that she freaking lied. What?
was more. We have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Miss P? What is this evidence?
This affidavit.
Who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students were conducting experiments in the labs that day. Allow me to read out the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Okay, but how does that relate?
Is it a blackout?
Oh wait, no.
All the labs' equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying that the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. Lost power because of the severed electrical cable.
The question is how?
How did that get severed in the first place? The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. Which,
Which fits the time of death. Listen to the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. Again, why was it severed in the first place? According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning to having them replaced in the near future. That sounds very negligent, but okay.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would cause them to break. Again, highly negligent.
That is dangerous.
Yeah. Also, bump into what?
Exactly, they're high up. You'd think that all the cables would fall, considering all the birds that fly.
Exactly.
Nest or like a roost there.
Yeah, there's land on them. That's really dumb. That's
Mr. Pain, why lying?
why you always lying. It's so dumb on so many levels. Okay, I will.
However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have stopped if it had been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Yeah, I do. Yona, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I had to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. What was it caused the cable to break?
And I know what it is, but I just want to present the wrong answer again, in case.
Present our attorney's badge.
Sure. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. There you are, eh?
I believe that the only thing that stands is the might of the defense.
Ah, that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ouch, that was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Also, I like how it's not giving us any penalties.
Well, let's try it again. I'm not going to English if you want to do it.
This, the umbrella.
Nope.
Huh. Aw.
Remember, we can present profiles now.
Okay. Sure.
Profiles.
It's either Dog or it's Dahlia, but we're gonna say him.
I'm going with Phoenix.
You going to Phoenix? Wait, who had umbrella? No, didn't mean to do that. I hit the wrong button. Well, at least there's
Okay.
no.
At least there's no penalty for this. Simple, remember? Because like he pushed Doug.
Yeah, but. Oh wait, okay, cool.
But yeah,
Sorry.
at this point we're trying to like figure out what the location was. But oh well.
Okay, I get what you mean. Yona, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defense's testimony?
He said that after he approached the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. What, are you saying that?
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which is right in Mr. Wright's timeline. There you go. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Because he pushed Dog holding an umbrella into the thing, and it all electricity just poured into the umbrella. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. It was the very shell that caused Mr. Sweller to be electrocuted.
No.
Oh yeah, right. Never mind. I forget things. Makes more sense what we're about to say. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. But what's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. Oh yeah, right. That makes it also very impossible unless someone just moved his body. Or the umbrella. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. That argument was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved in the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. Ah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Smooth, Mia.
Order! Order in the court!
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. Sounds a bit of
That's
sadist.
true, but the event is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it.
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What are you gonna say now? What the? What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge.
Oh, of course it's alright. Just go ahead and give us your testimony.
Do you think that I would do the same thing if I were a witness in court? I could just
I'm pretty sure everyone would love you.
I appreciate it.
Pretty sure everyone would just give you all the chances. Just saying.
Infinite chances. That'll be nice. If only.
Yes. Because you're you.
Oh, this is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Well, she's mostly just showing that she is very manipulative, but it's not like anyone else is gonna know. Well, Mia knows. No one else knows. From their perspective, she's just being very nervous and sweet. Oh. The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. But you didn't see any of that, so okay. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. How convenient.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And Phoenix is a deadly klutz, apparently. And that is when the victims pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeny. But I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As space villages may seem, you are. Now then, Miss May, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Oh. What have we witnessed? Supposedly.
Supposedly?
Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I want to protect Feeny. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. Well, you did just call perjury.
Oh, God, no. It was just a little old red line. We'll forget this time. But please be more careful from now on, right?
Nice one, Judge. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
No.
The judge has better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendly than that girl. Girl. Oh.
That's funny.
You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole. I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes,
Scary.
it sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
I mean, like,
Nice.
at this point, I would think that I think at this point, Dahlia would say that Phoenix would sometimes tip cows.
Indeed.
You remember that reference?
I remember.
First game?
Yeah, I remember. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music in your headphones while we were while you watch the scene unfold. Miss Faye, I have to ask you to stop badgering the weakness. The weakness? Oh well.
Weakness.
I wasn't happy. I was just scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What? Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Well, I wished the best for them both, and that they would each give their fight their all. What the
I'm confused now. What the heck?
I think she just ran out of creative lies because that made no sense.
Yeah.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that? Imagine her being like in a criminal situation where it's a gang war and which is actually the object of a fight, and she's like, and people asking, why did you call the police? Well, I mean, I just wanted them to do their best and compete, honestly. I didn't want the police to get involved and break it up when they were doing so well.
Uh-huh. I guess.
This is unexpectedly amusing to me. Oh.
Yes.
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found in the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne. Got them giggles again. Okay.
Huh. On the upside. Demi?
Yeah?
At least Dahlia didn't fly from the seal scrap.
Yeah, that would have been very peculiar. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of this leather jacket? Well, no, there weren't. Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? Huh? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he?
Wait, so she's saying that he tackled him. What?
I think it was more like he bumped into him with his upper body rather than actually do anything else. He was running and then just bunk, that sort of thing. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. It's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lies, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia? Dum bum boom.
Okay,
What's going on? I heard a sound.
No, my cannon sneezed.
Oh, okay, that's adorable. You need to push him twice. Oh wait, no, we already see that. We already saw that. Pushed him twice.
Okay,
and didn't touch him.
What's the entire thing?
That's when the cable broke. The truth is, Sweeney pushed him twice.
Wait.
The first time was an electrical ball, that's when the cable broke. Then Doggy tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind, the cable snapping and Doggy being... Yeah. It all occurred in less than a minute. However...
Can we look at the new testimony?
Yeah. The old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 499 at 2:55 p.m. The time frame though. That would mean that it cannot be 3 p.m. Yeah. Don't percent Marvin. Don't percent Gusberg. That. Wait, no?
No,
huh?
wrong one.
Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
In what way? I'm not sure I understand.
Actually, I don't quite get it either. Either.
Well, back here! Do it before you speak out again!
Was that a wrong
You
statement,
said
really?
the wrong thing.
He's mad at me now, but you can't give up yet, Mia. The cable snapping
You
dog
presented the wrong
like to.
thing.
What do you mean I presented this one?
Yes.
I mean, both apply, don't they? I guess this is more relevant because it actually gives us a time frame for when the death would have occurred according to her. That's enough,
Yeah.
witness. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, the medicine. That's the one Feeney likes to take for his cold.
Oh wait, also yeah, the clock, the watch. It's stuck at I couldn't see it. Oh, continue. Photo
For...
two. Photo two.
Oh yeah,
Photo two.
thank you. It's stuck
Okay,
at...
let's see. Looks like 305.
Looks like it.
Interesting. I remember according to like what Payne said, the electrocution like shocked these watch to stop.
It's not a medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. I guess I'll add the way it worked. Watch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3 p.m., 5 p.m. 3:05 p.m.
3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye.
My point is this. What time was it when the lamp suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, this answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during the 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Dog Swallow.
Order!
This is nonsense. The real murderer. Objection. Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking, and electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who else are you had saying could have done it?
Right into the trap. There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Faye? Is the best way to indict someone as this real killer?
You bet I am. It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready.
Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer?
Dahlia frickin' Hawthorne. It could have only been you. Dahlia Hawthorne.
How can you? The defense is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the man dearest to you. That as well, that was a ridiculous lie.
Yep, it's funny.
Let's see. Order! Order! Miss Faye!
That also skipped. I didn't press that. I mean, why something like that? Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands.
Ah! How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, that is a very serious charge you are.
Objection. Who says it? Oh, Phoenix, of course.
Your Honor, please, I have something. I have something I want to say.
What is it?
Please strike everything. The defense said just now from the record.
What the? Are you daft?
You're totally wrong, Miss May. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. I'm totally not dying.
President, get back in your seat. President!
Yeah, yes, please, for your own health and safety.
Leave my Dolly alone.
And they also brought a dog with them.
Apparently, yes, it's Missile.
That boy. Oh wait, no, this Grossberg. I thought.
That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. You're back.
Yes. It seems I arrived just in the nick of time. Also, I heard you embarrassed me by putting out wrong evidence.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Pay cut.
Oh, please don't do this to me.
I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Yay, new evidence. Okay, let's just... Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, let's have a look at that. A report on incident 8 months ago touched check bomb for details. Location, district, courthouse, cafeteria. What? Okay.
Hold on, wait.
They...
Cafeteria, Diego
Yeah, they're done there. Diego Armando, lawyer, Dolly Hawthorne, age 19.
Hawthorne, age 19.
Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Wow! So many cases! This is caseception. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Okay. It's all coming together.
You would better take a good look at it. Oh, wait, you just did. Anyway, it details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
Wait, she had a boyfriend?
No,
Oh yeah, she did.
It's been a very serious accusation. Mr. Pitt, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, that is,
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. Can you go back to court record, please? And can we see new evidence?
Yeah.
Check.
What about it?
Objection!
I'm gonna go ahead and censor that.
Okay.
If I'm gonna cut out that entire bit. Because
Okay.
spoilers! I know this.
Okay.
don't you worry, my dear. That is a situation well in hand.
You need to, like, write down the, to, like, cut that out.
Oh, I get it. No worries.
That is the, go right ahead. Please.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet doggy? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Dog Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry. Please go ahead.
How could you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion I would try to frame him is ludicrous. It's all just too much for poor little me to bear.
Let's see. I believe that girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
Good catch, Marvin. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events on the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she in fact had a very good reason.
Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on just for a little bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dolly Hawthorne.
Oh well. I love my feeling.
Like, what's the point of even asking at this point?
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very cool house based in the reading room. The moment our eyes met,
What?
my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so loving, well, we will literally make people sick. Yeah, we can see that. It's just jealousy, I think. Okay.
Mr. Wright,
Hmm.
do that again and you'll be on to the court.
I missed what happened.
I also missed. I don't see what Phoenix did at all. And now into the final act of a little drama.
We used to say in the days of my youth, go get her!
I imagine he's just standing in the gallery, standing up and blowing kisses and being like, no, 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 doing a little dance about it.
Gosh dang it, Phoenix.
Oh. I first saw you. Okay, first
Yeah,
minute.
you're right.
So until that time, you had been dating Dog Swallow.
Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself.
No! Look at me! I'm impressed for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Pickle. Ho ho ho!
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict.
Yeah, because we do all the work.
That's why some people also call him the Great Judge Uni.
Okay then. Allegra!
The courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with your murder case.
Miss Faye, I warn you. Is this how you do Mr. Swallow's case?
I have to remember the judges on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. Keep pressing, because we have evidence. Your Honor, if you allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please, ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Oh, very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases your honor, the answer is simply this.
I was going to do some research for a paper I was writing.
What?
You were writing a paper? On what?
On the relationships between modern century poetry and the criminal underworld. The heck?
Oh, this sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've been forgotten. What I've forgotten. Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten.
Again with the midlife crisis stuff?
Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know?
Oh no, that's BS.
And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear. So be sure to read it carefully.
Wait a sec.
I'll be talking more of your pay.
Ah,
My heart's good a bit. I'm just gonna press everything because dialogue. So, what was it that Mr. Wright... What was it about that Miss...
What was it about Mr. Wright that made?
okay. Yeah, I'm fine. So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. And also you should probably be seeing a doctor for that. That's generally a sign of bad health. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feeny is handsome. Frickin' stealth insult to my age, how dare you. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but the rest of the plant is a dime a dozen. Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you went to look at my wife, for example, you might be shocked. You have a wife? That's more shocking.
Yes, that's what. Yes, I was like, that's why I was a bit confused as to why he was acting the way he is when he has a. I was like, wait, doesn't he have a wife? Okay.
Doesn't mean you can't desire other people.
Shush.
Oh well.
You're obligated not to.
Well, yeah, this happens, I guess. Especially when you're this charismatic. When you meet a witch like this. Beautiful mushroom growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. Interesting. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Feeny. Thanks.
I have no idea how to respond to that.
I mean, like, there's this mythology about gods born from dung. Oh. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mrs. Swallow? No, not at all. We parted on very good terms. That can't be. That can't be. Our investigation also showed there was a clean breakup.
How
Huh.
did you find that?
Are you sure?
How do you
Yes,
know
it
that?
seems that they both wanted it that way. Also, we know that's BS, but okay. So the victim wanted to break up with her. So you're saying that Mrs. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see... What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this! By the way, I have never once considered leaving my wife!
Does that have to do with anything, Mr. Payne?
No one cares, Mr. Payne!
Even Judge. She didn't deny it. That must mean... Doc Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature.
Listen to me, Mia. That woman has a judge in the palm of your hand. The palm of her hand.
We
you
know.
see? So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony.
Yeah, serious one. Oh, there we go. We know this BS. B and S capital. That's your real name. She's Betty Stoffengruff. I don't know. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of a research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in this very cool house, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy?
Oh, you mean the incident which the attorney was poisoned?
So he does know about that. The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
It's true then. The lady is
Again,
the coolest
auto
ever.
skipping. Miss Faye, this is not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. Hey, Winston Payne, we'll not allow it. Hold on. Alright, I'm no longer dead.
Okay.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me, go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, The police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks.
Again, too much information, Grossberg. We don't need this.
I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
The embodiment of TMI. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in a cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, murder was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I don't even know where to get a poison like that. How do you know what kind of poison it is?
About that?
It's very odd, because even though, being the prime suspect, the details might come up at some point, why would they just tell her? And also, if they suspected her, there would obviously be something that tied her to the crime. Indeed. Oh. However, if you have an witness testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne. But I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Ah, Mia! You're going with a true lawyer's aura, my dear.
Yay for leveling up.
That proud posture and self-confidence. Absolutely smashing.
The poisoning. Gonna poison your well. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you are being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all what that incident was? That has absolutely nothing to do at all to do with this case. Nothing at all to do.
What?
I screwed up that line. That's the point.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you.
You're the man. Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please. Ugh. Those two really are making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions with the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet?
What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little toilet to the boob.
What on earth?
You're the villain, Miss Faye. Better look next time.
Oh, Feeny, please. What on earth? The police have already looked in this whole matter. It is a fact that she is utterly unable to empty her bowels.
My gosh, this is so stupid.
Objection sustained. Miss Arthur, please continue with your testimony.
About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? It's 2 teaspoons.
Well, let me see. My bottle of orange says 1/2 fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. A special kind of poison. How so? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh? Where would something like that come from?
What kind of poison is it? I'm sorry. All I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite, impressive. Most impressive.
The better question is, how did a criminal get something like that? Very odd. Except he would.
Yep.
And that's the and that's the reason I didn't arrest you. Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison. I think that's a good enough reason, Madame Faye.
She's right. And I think if we had all enough of Miss Faye's questions.
Let's see here. Neck.
Take care of that darn neck of yours.
So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for the crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now, just how did a lit student get a hold of poison of all things? I'm pretty sure we know because,
Yep.
because, guess what student he is?
Let's see. Let's go to that statement.
Do we present a profile?
Yep.
Objection. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim? Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table, you.
No!
Got you now.
This is nothing but a baseless accuse.
May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They mentioned that in the report.
Well, you could easily have gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show me some kind of proof. Proof? Oh, she got me good with that. She got me good with that.
The first time I was around to disallow, there's not a questioning, Miss Faye.
Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
The police conducted a full body search of Dolly and of the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
You're not to accuse the young lady of committing the murder.
Lag.
Okay, then where? Okay.
Lag.
Then where is the container of the poison was carried in? What happened to it?
I know exactly what happened to it. It's a bottle. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
The defendant was this witness accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So, what about it? What does this mean to fate?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
Huh? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in there?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
Order! Order the course!
Objection. Come on.
On behalf of Dolly, I object!
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I will
Wow.
not bully her like this!
Even Payne's objecting.
Mr. Wright, I thought you to stay in your seat!
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her?
Why? Because I'm madly in love with her! My neck.
Take care of that darn neck of yours.
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Jeez, rough.
Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too?
Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you... Okay. As much as I like this, I want some levity. Okay. Naturally, it's because she has fallen madly in love with you too.
I'm going to throw a spoon at you.
Nah! That hurts.
Yeah. My neck. See? Just like I told you. Mamma Mia, are you thinking clearly? That flies in the face of everything we've learned up to this point.
I'm sorry. I don't even know why I said that. I guess it's because I just like the sound of the phrase madly in love.
Miss Faye. You can't repeat a story I've been for the rest of your life, you know!
Please let me think it over one more time. You wanna? Okay. Let's just move on back there.
Okay.
To keep you quiet, because I'm curious. Naturalist to keep you quiet.
What? Keep me quiet? Keep me quiet about what?
Well,
It seems the rest of us don't quite understand you, Miss Faye. Nor do we understand what fun secret that Miss Hawthorne holds us.
That's because there is no secret, I tell you.
how dense can you be?
Okay.
Okay, let's just move on and do the real thing then. Because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that ball necklace you love to wear around your neck.
My necklace?
Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself.
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always saying the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she was absolutely had to get it back.
lying!
But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she...
I don't believe you. No! That's a lie!
Ah!
Bailiff, alright, get him!
Bailiff that must be judge.
I don't know. Way too fast.
And it was.
Mia, are you alright?
That was chaos. Yes, I think so.
Ah, boy. You are completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him. So he should be brought back here soon.
Thank goodness. Oh no!
Well, what is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Arthur's present. It's gone.
What? That's terrible.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Ah, foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now?
Indeed.
If he were my employee, he'd have me having his paid deduction right now.
This is not my fault.
That's right. This sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid the apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace?
Forgive me, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just give back the necklace.
I ate it.
You what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. But yeah, it was mostly plastic, so it worked.
What?
What the hell are you doing now?
Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? The bowl you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain the deadly poison.
Why are you so quick to assume that? How can you be so sure? Sure.
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive.
You don't know how fast-acting that is.
As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense against overactive imagination.
So, let's see.
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency.
There. It's alright, rookie. Pressing your kind is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed as much faith in Mr. Wright.
But again, you don't know how fast-acting that poison is, so... What is his argument? He could be dead now, he could be dead in 10 minutes, or 2 hours, or the next day. You don't know that.
Mm-hmm. However, based on how what the police report says, the poison should have acted a bit quick.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah, but even then, it's like it hasn't been minutes. It has barely been a minute since that happened, so...
Actually, I don't know. From looks of it, it was like a little bit of time. Like maybe could have been 5 minutes.
You don't know that. We don't know that. It was chaotic.
Yep, we don't know that.
And although it looks like Mia blacked out, for all we know, it could have just been like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that.
But at the same time, like I don't between the judge ordering the bailiff to like go grab Wright after he had like dashed out the door and coming back.
Maybe 5 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
But that's how it is whereas on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Arthur, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough! Unfortunately, Miss Faye,
Dang it.
I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
It may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Rude. Even though I've proven so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Halder has been cleared up, I'd like to proceed with the trial.
What is Phoenix about now? Mr. Wright?
I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, but I feel like I really let you down.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say?
There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day, the day I met Doug Swallow.
Again.
That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too.
Question. Why does the university have poison? Highly potent poison.
Well, I don't think it's really that. But remember, if you're like working with chemicals,
Well, you can mix it up.
How should I say this? How should I say this? For the most part, medicine is actually poison, but in lesser, but target specific things.
If you're talking about antidotes, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm pretty sure that it's something that they synthesized and just stored, for like to like try to be able to like
Fair enough.
understand.
All right, fair enough. Do you understand?
She came to the lab that time too.
Okay.
Goldie had been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that!
Is it true? Did you really say that? That's ridiculous!
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him.
What? What?
She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... So I'm sorry, Dolly.
Objection! Your Honor, this is the evidence.
Miss Faye, you tell him! Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent.
So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone.
Miss Faye.
If you said your theory, let me ask you this.
Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back, therefore.
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
Miss
Him.
Wright?
Yes, him. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Me?
This is preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered! Well, it's true that that's how things worked out, but let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was in fact you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
I me! I thought Mr. Wright had been assaulted for love!
He's still stuck on that? Oh, Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. That bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why would she go so far to murder him?
8 months ago.
Where's to murder him?
Just after the fall of the attorney in the basement cafeteria. Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible.
No, it can't be.
It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
That can't be true!
Feeny, what a joke you are. She's showing tears. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Jeez.
Miss Hawthorne?
It appears that this trial will be coming to an end soon. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. I'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Well, Hi, old man. Are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But you're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Hold it! I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia! If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you can pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate prize?
You be first take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No, the spot over this, really? You better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Grey?
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
I feel like it's a reference to Morgan the Grey or something. Frey? I don't know. It seems very odd. Other thing she said. If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my turn as bad than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible! You can't possibly... Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines of tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets a chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, hold on. Say it.
Hold on, Miss May. Please present your evidence.
Show this court irrefutable proof.
Show this court verbal proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
This. Right. Here it is, Yona. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Doesn't make any difference that you have a bit of a cold. If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony.
But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us.
She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
No, you really grasping at straws. After all, he was a victim. Doug swallowed was put in the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After showing the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
Oh, I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical tape pole. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug to live. She used a severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison called medicine. She must have thought, what if they search me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. That take you down a peg?
Huh. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you're unfooled, are you? This stupid woman is nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Yes, that's exactly right. This is pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is a desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some?
Huh?
Well, Mr. Ryan, eat that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now.
Mia, Faye, Mia, Faye. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia, Faye? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours.
For the time being,
Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it.
that is ominous as heck. Can we please have her arrested? Again? For that threat that she just made?
Well then, Mr. Judge. I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh?
Oh, dang it. Stop marketer!
Yes?
I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in the blue now. I wish you all the best. Bye, bitch.
Haha.
Phew, it's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this. The professor is trying to scrap evidence to support our manager's claim.
Let's see.
But even so, your witnesses are accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. And I don't believe in what that rookie lawyer just said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said...
There, it's alright, Rookie. For example, I would trust that witness Miss Hawthorne with my very life.
So, if you're so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
Well, you see, yeah.
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for that woman? Are you willing to bet your life?
No! My hair! It's flying off my beautiful hair! No, 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 no.
Gosh darn it.
That
was unpleasant. That was unpleasant.
Yeah.
Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Gosh darn it. I need to watch that.
Okay.
I could feel that caused a little bit of strain, but nothing hurts or anything yet.
Yes, Your Honor. I filed papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising.
Really now?
I knew there was something suspicious around her from the very beginning.
Don't lie. Just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Payne,
Yes, Your Honor.
you said earlier that you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne knew each other.
Your Honor, how we knew each other had nothing to do with this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne?
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing my daughter.
What?
What?
You have a daughter?
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true, my dear Dolly.
Very well then. Well, he's enough teasing fit. I believe I've made the best judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant Mr. Phoenix right.
Not guilty. Yay, also it's gonna be the longest episode yet.
This court is adjourned.
Mia, you're wonderful up there.
Huh, this is an interesting track. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. Berg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Again, Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them?
Huh, that's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? But
Wow.
sleep.
Oh.
Perhaps it is we veteran liars who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Bright, congratulations.
Thanks. You know, I was thinking.
Go on.
the dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her.
What?
Yeah, the dolly I knew could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something?
Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright. For your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up.
That's not saying much. What kind of company must this guy keep?
Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself.
That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department.
Well, yeah, I guess I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. If I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time.
I see.
Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right?
Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is.
Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope. I hope we see each other again. Someday. Maybe even court.
That'd be nice. Yay!
It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia passed on to a better place.
Oh.
For me, this trial brings up a lot of memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now.
Gosh, shit. So is my voice, but
So,
that's fine.
I can hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief.
5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day.
And the episode, and that was fun. It was gonna be a long one. It was like 40 minutes past an hour. Oh well.
Yeet.
Oh well. We should meet again in Elegant Paps. Until then, humans, fairies, and you okay?
Thank y'all for watching. I will catch you all later.